Monthly World Report. We start today with a look at the state of the world economy. At the Grand Isle Stock Exchange, the closing bell on November 30th saw all three major indices ending with healthy gains, a sign that the market is once again on a solid growth trajectory despite concerns around lower overall trade volume in the fourth quarter of the year. The MNG 15 index closes at 28,744, up 826 points. The JSI Industrial Index closes up 740 points, a 4.66% gain overall, with signs of a potential bubble on the horizon. The earnings index is also closing up this month, gaining a very healthy 8.75% overall, ending at 48,602. The gains of the MNG 15 index is welcome news for those in the mining sector. After being one of the hardest hit during the recession, now showing healthy gains going into the winter months. With the expected switch from electro steel production to ice production only weeks away, this is a positive sign that mining companies should start ramping up their workforces soon. Timberfelling has also seen a resurgence in the past few months, spurred by the release of several wood-specific items and a large boom to those who own ghost ships. However, the wood market is considered woefully optimistic, with stock futures trading lower due to analysts' projection of weaker than expected results going into December. But the earnings index closing up this month is a very welcome surprise. This comes as strong earnings reports from the voucher sector and the premium merchants, as well as an uptick in projected spend in retail and glowy sectors, all expected to close higher than average in December, traditionally one of the strongest months of the year in terms of overall earnings. In other world news, there is serious concern coming from abroad. Rumors have emerged that suggest that the forests of Inyolan are on fire. This does not bode well for the worldwide consumption of Inyolan oak, of which 95% originates in the kingdom. The rumors allege that a fire is wiping out all of the Inyolan oak. It is unclear if it is intentional, perhaps due to an internal conflict within the distant nation. Others believe it is simply a localized natural disaster with no lasting impact on the world economy or the supply of the oak material. In related news, a joint commission created by the trading companies of the Grand Isles has been formed with the intent of finding a way to open diplomatic relations with the Kingdom of Inyolan. A ship set out from Nassau this morning with an envoy on board authorized to negotiate a deal with Inyolan if the opportunity arises. Since nearly half of all ships that make the treacherous voyage never return, the ship has already been considered lost at sea. We wish its captain and her crew Godspeed in this perilous journey. Local stocks of wood are dwindling in the Grand Isles. Oak remains in high demand, while local stocks of Inyolan oak and ebony reportedly are lower overall in terms of availability. This is causing some panic within the markets here in the Grand Isles. This has been furthered by the discovery that as much as 5 million doubloons worth of the Inyolan oak material specifically seem to have vanished from the market in the span of only 1 month. Any trader with a stockpile of any of these woods are being asked to put their reserves back on the market for the upcoming holiday season, as demand is expected to increase significantly. Coal has returned to its expected price point after nearly 2 months of turbulent selling prices disrupting the once stable market. Coal's price index is back to $311 per piece, down 26% in the month of November. Interest rates for coal sit at 6.53%, while the White Crest Investor Services has downgraded the bond rating to volatile. In a statement about this decision, noting that its premium and non-premium standards have not yet reached a matching price point, meaning there may still be more price fluctuations to come. Finally, war is returning to the Grand Isles. After months of peace between the various island states caused a temporary boom in the economy, Nova Balreska has once again declared war on Perth. This comes as the new chancellor has seemingly decided to declare war on the holiday season itself. The Nova Balreskan Navy has been seen preparing its armada to blockade the small island. Analysts contend that Nova is attempting to capitalize on the season's increasing holiday items, of which most use the linen which is produced at Perth. A blockade of the island will cause all trade to go through Nova Balreska, leading to skyrocketing prices for all materials that are produced in the Grand Isles, possibly even eliminating the availability of some special goods to all but the most elite residents of the Grand Isles. It should be noted that the Nova Balreskan oligarchy which is the primary beneficiaries of this decision to go to war, are likely to raise prices on anyone who is not within their inner circle. This affects everyone else in the Tradelands, and residents are likely to lose out unless they can find a way to support Perth in its defense against the invaders. The Grand Isles Nassau Whitecrest Allied Territorial Organization, or commonly known as NATO, is discussing a potential response to Nova Balreska. It's believed that without any assistance in defending Perth, most of the Grand Isles will be unable to enjoy the festivities this year. Nova Balreska's chancellor responded to an outcry by its own citizens, defining this as the third Yuletide extravaganza and a required part of Nova Balreska's annual celebration of the dominance of the Grand Isles. They see themselves as the most powerful navy force that has ever existed in this region of the world, leading many to believe that this blockade of the island is just a show of Nova's war machine to prevent any other nation from willfully challenging their position. Economists point out that many gifts from last year's winter festivities had to be imported from Pershovia as a result of the wartime blockade. Most citizens, especially those from Nassau and Whitecrest, have taken Chancellor Straywire's comments as an outright declaration of war against all of the Grand Isles, to which no nation has yet risen to challenge them to this title. It remains to be seen if a coalition of island states will rise up to defend the rest of the Grand Isles against this unprovoked aggression. If no challenger is willing to rise to its defense, it is likely that Nova will gain a complete monopoly of the winter tradition, leaving the rest of the Tradelands to suffer. And that will do it for this month's edition of the Tradelands World Report. Thank you for listening. Happy trading, everyone.